Two teams that are absolutely smoking. The Lakers have won 7 in a row. The Spurs 6 in a row. And here are the 5 on the floor with Jackson and Parker in the backcourt. Tim Duncan along with Bruce Bowen, whose assignment is to stop Kobe. And Kevin Willis gets the start. David Robinson on the injured list. More on him momentarily. The Laker guy, you've seen these Laker guys 1,000 times. I don't have to go through their names. You know them. And life is good. The big fella is still bothered by the toe and a little bit of a knee injury, but Shaq has played from the start right throughout. It has been the Kobe Bryant show once again, Tom.
Well, it's been incredible. He's doing it so effortlessly. You can tell these guys when they're playing so well, it seems like everything around him goes slow, and you expect him to make every single shot. Hey, he takes.
I mean, we've been watching this game for the last 7.5 minutes. Kobe hasn't done a thing wrong. We get here, you say effortlessly, and then he travels right in front of us.
But it looked good, though. It was an effortless travel. Everything's going well for him right now. But the thing about it is, a lot of times when you see guys going off, it seems like they're forcing things, trying to get their own shots. This is real easy for him. Ouch.
Malik Rose, great pass, but Steven Jackson could not convert. Back come the Lakers with Rick Fox. Lakers have not made a sub yet. Good take by Jackson as Tony Parker runs. Parker elevates. He had one blocked by O'Neal earlier, but showed some hops at 6'2".
That's going to be one of the top 5 all-time dunks by a Frenchman ever, you would think. I can't really verify that, but it's one of the better ones I've seen.
Here you see both teams off to a decent shooting start. Shaq now watched by Malik Rose. So get right to the goal, and they'll count it with a free throw for O'Neal. David Robinson not here. Back in San Antonio. That right hip problem is related to the back problem that he had last year. He's receiving therapeutic injections, and certainly Greg Popovich is going to have to throw a lot of different people at Shaq tonight with no Admiral.
Well, it doesn't really matter if you have who you have out there. He dominates everybody. You always need help with Shaq. So Tim Duncan will take his turn. I wouldn't imagine Duncan will take his turn until the 4th quarter. You don't want to get him in foul trouble. Malik Rose will guard and bang him and hope that he can get some help. Malik Rose will battle him. He's too small, but he will battle as much as he can.
Manu Ginobili in for San Antonio. Hounded by Rick Fox, and Fox is called for the personal foul. The rookie out of Argentina, athletic player, Manu Ginobili, who's gotten a little more comfortable here as we've gotten through January and on into February, averaging 5 points per game.
You can just tell he understands the game, much like Tony Parker, who came in last year. And a lot of the foreign players that come in, they understand the game, they understand spacing. Ouch.
Well, there we go on Duncan as Fox took the shot, and for as quick as he went down, he got up very fast. The foul on Tim is his first. Phil Jackson and company feeling a lot better, and with the Rockets trailing tonight, chance for LA to not only be 4th in the Pacific and 4 games over 500 with a win, but they could move into the 8th spot in the Western Conference and get into the playoff picture officially. San Antonio 2nd in the Midwest. Dallas in their sights, although the Mavericks won earlier tonight. Tim Duncan 6th in the NBA, and a big reason why this Spurs team is the toughest to have success shooting from the field.
Well, Malik Rose doing as good a job as you can, just trying to keep him out right there. Once he takes that second dribble, before he gets to the second dribble, someone's got to come. Because once he's in motion, it's too late. You're just going to foul him. And once he gets in the paint, it's probably going to end up being a 3-point opportunity.
Malik, the 20. Lakers lead by 3. Kobe Bryant averaging 42 points his last 7 games, coming off of 51. And while the Orlando-Philly game was wrapping up, Bryant was getting going once again. So comfortable from the outside, so tough to defend for Bruce Bowen. Why? Yeah, teams have had like an 8-9 game road winning streak, as Bryant misses. That's been broken up by some trips home. They've tied an NBA record, winning 6 consecutive games, and all of them coming on the road. They can set a new mark with a victory here tonight. Tim Duncan, who along with Tony Parker has had the worst of it, because in the All-Star break, everybody else got to go back home and change clothes and check in and get the mail. And these guys went to Atlanta, were home for 8 hours and back on the West Coast. Oh, Bryant, offensive foul on Manu Ginobili. Rookie gets the call.
Kobe saying, that ain't right. Come on, that ain't right. Let's see right here, drives in. Yeah, he squared him up pretty good right there. If you can square a guy up and he hits you in the middle of the chest and you don't clip him on the hip or the shoulder, they're going to give you that call.
Samaki Walker slaps it from Duncan. Kareem Rush in the game, freshman out of Missouri. Steve Kerr lost his balance on the shot. Robert Horry comes away with the ball. Horry, Rush, George, Bryant, and Walker, the 5 on the floor. The gold and purple of the back-to-back-to-back NBA world champion. Bryant off the screen. Yeah, I get an offensive foul. I'm coming right after. Don't anger him, because now he's ready.
You know the most amazing thing, and you mentioned it before the break, 51 points in 31 minutes last game in Denver. You prorate that, that's about 80 points. 80 points in a basketball game.
Samaki Walker called on the foul. Well, Kobe Bryant's the favorite of many. What is Kobe Bryant's favorite Michael Jordan moment? You can find the answer in Click and Roll. Log on to NBA.com. You mentioned it in Denver a couple of nights ago. 51 points in 31 minutes. It is the least amount of minutes for a man who scored over 50 points in the history of the NBA.
That was a good week for me.
51?
50, oh, yeah. Now we're talking 4 or 5 games in a week. I needed a good 4 or 5 game spurt. 51 points, absolutely incredible. And we talked about the efficiency over this span of 7 games. He's shooting over 50% from the field, and that's key. I mean, a lot of guys are volume scorers, which means they'll shoot 31 shots and make 13 and go to the line a few times. And you see tonight, 12 of the 22 shots the Lakers have taken tonight have come by Kobe Bryant. And when a guy's that hot and he's that efficient, I'd let him shoot as much as he wants to. And right there, somebody's have to come get him.
Over Steve Kerr. 15 of the Laker 26. I mentioned this earlier in one of our ESPN News hits, I think. I don't care who wins tonight, but I want to see Kobe stay on this roll. You don't see this in any sport, a guy this locked in. Treat to come to the building and watch. Steve Kerr, who's hit a few threes in his life, and Phil Jackson has seen many of those big threes hit by Kerr, who played for Jackson in Chicago, 95 through 98, and has 3 rings to show for it.
Well, you can't leave him open, just simple as that. The all-time field goal percentage leader from beyond the arc. I mean, he can flat out stroke it. He knows how to find the seams, and he's a guy you do want to rotate to when he's out beyond the arc.
I'm showing a little speed past Kareem Rush. Tim Duncan, long arm of the law, brought that one down, but could not convert. Ginobili tried to draw the foul, and that time it's on Manu.
You got to give your player a chance to turn and make a play before you can step in and take that.
Ginobili gives Greg Popovich some options to not have to run Bruce Bowen at Bryant for the full 48. The 7th-year coach of the Spurs, who won the championship in 1999 as Ginobili, and maybe a little bit of Steven Jackson tonight to try on Kobe, just try to wear him down, because he's wearing out the league. Somebody call David Stern, because this cannot be within the rules of the league. This is unbelievable.
That Phil Jackson talked about before the game was that he was going to need, O'Neal was going to really need to step up his intensity. He only shot the ball 6 times in the last game against Denver, and he said they're not going to be able to just rely on Kobe again and expect another 51-point outburst, although it looks like he's on the road to that. He's already got 8 touches tonight, so obviously taking heed to Phil Jackson.
He showing the defensive intensity that was not there earlier in the season. Blocked that shot by Duncan. Rick Fox for 3. And Tim comes away with the rebound. Look at Shaq run the floor to get Kevin Willis.
Well, Spurs have done a great job on the defensive glass, only allowing the Lakers 2 offensive rebounds.
Is Tony Parker playing some good basketball? 4 of 6 in the field. He has 8 points. And San Antonio's up 6.
What's Parker in, like his 7th year?
He's 20. 20 years old.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's only his 2nd year over here in America, too.
I know.
You don't talk about that. Duncan give and go with Jackson, couldn't catch. Fox on the push, looked for Kobe Bryant. Bruce Bowen was following 8 right away. And the Lakers will set up in the half court. Still plenty of time, 10 on the ticker. Bowen's 2nd team all defensive last 2 years in the NBA. Kobe could get no freedom.
Come on, no.
That's just dumb. Although he gave you a little tongue wag there on the way back, his tongue wag is the head shake. That's offensive on partner. Call for the offensive foul.
I mean, this has been him. Duncan's going to be over there. He'll show a little bit. Duncan right Bowen. No, that's okay. Just like no one's there. Like no one's there. Just like I'm out here warming up. No biggie.
He's hit his last 4 field goals. It's a dream to watch. Fisher with a big, strong screen from Fox. Willis watched by Shaquille O'Neal. Hits it. Oh, Bruce Bowen's guarding Kobe Bryant. And Sal, it's something Bruce Bowen knew he would be in for tonight.
Well, Bruce Bowen, despite just getting shook out of his shoes there, I talked to him before the game. He said, I'm not a Kobe stopper because there is no Kobe stopper. He said, all I can do is take pride in the job that I have, which is to play defense against one of the best players in the game. He said he just was going to take it to the fundamentals, the high school stuff. Really deny the ball, get a hand in the face, try and make his shot difficult. He said the guy's going to take 30 shots. There's no way I'm going to stop him. But I would not want to beat Bruce Bowen tonight.
He's got 21, Kobe, right now. Parker, double dribble, and never touched a Laker. It was only in Parker's possession. So LA will have a chance to get it to 2 or 1 on this trip.
I still think at some point, Coach Popovich has got to send another guy over at him and make somebody else take some shots and make somebody else
with Shaq on the floor,
yeah. I mean, the way this guy's going right now, who cares? Yeah, anybody. Shaq's only 2 for 8 at this point. I mean, this guy right here, if you don't deny him the ball and he catches it, you're just at his mercy.
Look at him. Saying, get closer.
And that was great defense.
Yeah, fabulous defense. Jackson to Parker, bodied by Fox. Mismatch anywhere? Not there. Walker guarding Duncan. And double, he trying to make the pass on the cut. Fox on the run. Left it for Bryant. Oh! Timeout Spurs! He has 23. It's not about Schmidt. It's about Kobe right now. His teammates are finding him. They're even giving up layups to give it to 8 to see what acrobatic shot can he perform now.
If he catches it, you're at his mercy. I mean, he's controlling everything. Right there, catch, turn, shoot. Steve Kerr too small to guard him. Off the dribble, Manu Ginobili thinks he's going to go by him. Pulls up, then he does go by Bruce Bowen. And then a little razzle-dazzle. Pluck it right. The only thing you can do right now is just deny him the ball, because once he gets it, you can't stop him.
There are the numbers Kev was talking about. The rest of the team, 6 of 19. And that is troubling because you don't want to exist all year like this. Duncan lost it, kept it alive, and turned it over. I think he thought it was going to hit Shaq and go out of bounds. It did not.
But I think it surprised Tim Duncan, because Shaq's not normally a reacher. He just bodies you and he'll go up and block shots, but he doesn't reach and slap at balls normally. So I think it might have caught Tim Duncan a little off guard. May have caught Shaq a little off guard.
Tim Duncan just 3 of 11 tonight. Shaquille O'Neal 2 of 9. 2 of the best in the league. Not off to good starts this evening. Kevin Willis says there is no way that you can tell me that I committed a foul. And you didn't, Kevin.
to San Antonio.
Inadvertent whistle that you can hear. Kevin was, you gotta be kidding me. I played 19 years in the league.
It's like a senior discount there. It's like, whatever. We'll give you that one.
Spurs by 2 as we approach 2 minutes to the AT&T halftime report with Kevin Gregg. 11 games around the league. They'll have all the pictures and scores. Duncan continues to struggle from the field. 3 of 12.
We can talk about Kobe and what's been going on with the defense, but look out. Yeah, it's too tight. But I tell you what, Samaki Walker has done a tremendous job on Tim Duncan. He's done a very good job on him down low, and that's one of the reasons the Spurs are having a hard time generating any offense.
Former Spur Walker spent a couple of years in San Antonio. Willis brought Shaq outside, allows Duncan to get that rebound. And a fresh shot clock. There's good defense that Tom just talked about. Tim has 10 boards, not hitting it offensively. It's been Parker keeping the Spurs in this game. Kevin Willis gives him another fresh shot clock. 28-16 the rebound edge. And Parker with the high release. Over O'Neal.
Oh, you want to talk about making the big fellas mad? It like takes the cuticles off as it goes. Like, whoop, gotcha. And Mark Jackson was the best at that. The teardrop, take it in the middle and just throw it up. George Gervin, another one. Yeah, exactly.
The feed to Shaq inside. Didn't get the foul, so he said, I'm going to just bang anybody in my way, and you're not going to call that one.
Duncan just bounce off him. Yeah, not big. Duncan's a big guy, but boy, you going against Shaq, you're going to end. Your momentum's going to stop quickly and then reverse.
Beautiful. Parker. Duncan couldn't finish. Oh, O'Neal blocked Duncan. Tim Duncan doesn't get many shots blocked. Fisher was turned away by Parker. He resets.
Shaq with the old Kareem move. It's kind of joining the play in progress.
Due to time constraints. Kobe got Ginobili in the air. Free throws coming. Manu, disbelief.
Boy, you want to talk about a ball sandwich right here. Let's go back the other way. And you're right, he doesn't get many of those blocked. Shaq had the angle on him. He was sitting there waiting for him as they turn with the jump hook. He's like, no, that's not going to happen. And I think he probably felt like, let him fast break.
And it's interesting to see the Lakers with the 7 blocks and the Spurs with 2 because San Antonio leads the league in blocked shots. It's 7 per game. Ginobili's going to sit down. He has 3 personal fouls. So Manu will have to take a seat on the San Antonio bench for the balance of the half, only 21.3.
Iverson with the bucket. Iverson 20 points in this game. He was 8 of 22 from the floor. But how about T-Mac?
Tracy McGrady playing just great basketball. Big 3 here, knocking it down, tying the game up, giving Orlando a chance to win.
37 points from McGrady. Iverson, the miss from the foul line. Mike Miller down a point, throws it away, so Philly escapes 99-98.
ESPN from L.A., where Kobe Bryant continues one of the hottest streaks the NBA has seen in a long time. As Spurs have thrown many people at him, and Ginobili, Bowen, whoever you are, just add you to the list. Tim Duncan comes in, averaging 30 points in his last 3 games with just 3 of 14, had a couple of shots blocked, although he has 7 offensive rebounds. Tony Parker's offense with 10 points, 2 assists in the first half, keeping the Spurs in it. And despite missing a half dozen easy layups, Spurs lead by 1, 42-41. Let's check out Kobe Bryant's 11 of 19, Tom Tolbert, in shot chart form.
Well, it's all over the place for him. Inside, outside, threes. And we've been going nuts. I mean, it's amazing what Kobe's been doing. But in the meantime, Spurs have the lead. Yep. Spurs have been leading by a point. If you were just watching this game and not keeping track of the score, you'd say, well, Spurs aren't shooting very well. They're hitting the boards okay. Kobe's on fire with Lakers up 7, 8 points. No, Spurs are up, and one of the reasons is 10 offensive rebounds. They have 8 more shot attempts than the Lakers.
And San Antonio is not a great offensive rebounding team. They only average 11 a game, and that's 22nd of the 29 NBA teams. So something they must improve upon in half number 2. Same 10 that started the game on the floor for LA and San Antonio, the 2 hottest teams in the league. Spurs going for 7 in a row. Bowen holds Bryant on the nice set play to start this second half. Here are the complete first half statistics. You mentioned the Spurs poor shooting from the field for San Antonio, yet they lead because of the offensive rebound advantage, and the overall plus 12 on LA is a pretty good rebounding number.
Well, the big stat is shot attempts, and the Lakers took 40 shots, Spurs 48 shot attempts. 48. Wow, 48? That's a lot of shot attempts. It didn't sound like that much until I went, well, that'd be like 96 for a guy. That's unheard of in the NBA now. But, 8 more shot attempts, all you need to do is get 3 or 4 more buckets out of those 8 shot attempts, and boom, that's why they're leading. And he's not. I mean, it could happen, but I don't expect to look at the stat sheet at the end of the game and see Duncan 6 for 28. You don't expect that. At some point, he's going to start stringing some shots together.
Samaki Walker called for the foul. I still can't believe that the last foul was not in the act of shooting. They called a hold on the floor, but I thought Bryant almost finished the alley-oop. This one is in the act, so Tim will try to take over the team lead in scoring tonight.
Now, I'm not sure if that's because you have to have possession of the ball. Maybe you have possession of the ball, you get fouled in the air. Because sometimes you see that on offensive rebound, a guy will go up and get it, and if he gets fouled, they'll send him to the line, but based on whether you have possession or not.
It is exactly why. It just didn't look that way. There you see everybody else not doing too much for LA. And now Shaq is in double figures with 11. O'Neal missed the first dozen games, has come back now playing game 38 on his season. Parker, tough release. Lakers break out.
Great transition defense by the Spurs. And that look by all rights is going to be a break, and the Spurs actually outnumbered them on the defensive end.
Stephen Jackson commits, and Kobe makes it count.
I talked about Malik Rose being Mr. Pump Fake. Right now, Kobe's got him guessing. He goes up, and they're on the ground. They go up, he's on the ground.
You saw the difference with Bruce Bowen, who was doing such a great job defensively, and Stephen Jackson that time saw him. Oh, I've got him right now. Just flew right past him. Duncan, and there's Tim Duncan right there. The ability to make that shot that far out.
Yeah, and you know, he's got, for a guy that big, all kinds of range. And with his jump hook, heck, the jump hook, he can go out to 10 feet with that jump hook. But he's just so long, he got a great release point on his shot that once he gets to where he wants to be, it's hard to affect him.
Double came at a good time from Stephen Jackson that time, and the Spurs push, try to extend the lead to 4 with a Parker 3.
I mean, they're always right around there, just so consistent and scary.
Oh boy, they call an offensive foul on Kobe, trying to move Bruce Bowen out of the way.
Well, Bruce Bowen's going to get up in you. I mean, he's not going to back off, and you know, the guy reached around a little bit. I think that's one of those things you just let go.
For the Lakers, a lot of fouls here in this half. As a matter of fact, the Spurs will be shooting the rest of the quarter. Duncan over Ori. Uses the window as well as anybody in the league, but didn't convert there.
And was very angry, he did.
Tried to feed it to Shaq and turned it over. LA just 6 points in 6 minutes in this second half. Spurs an opportunity to extend to a big lead. Parker sets, strokes. Couldn't score. Another chance, another offensive rebound for San Antonio. And not really the kind of offensive rebounds they've been getting, but just the same.
Well, they got up there and tipped it out, though.
That's true.
And so what? You get down there and you're battling, tip it out to your teammates. Whoops.
That's what they've been doing so well.
Got to go. You got Tim Duncan on the ground. You got numbers if you hurry.
Bryant tried to fake Bowen to the hoop and put up an air ball. Ori was being held by Duncan, and a foul was called. 2 on Tim. And just the second of the quarter for San Antonio. So the Lakers are succumbing in part to that San Antonio defense, which is the best field goal percentage defense in the league. But now here come the series of whistles on the Spurs to get the Lakers in the bonus. Greg Popovich's team is 34-16, 4th best record in the league, and a lot of it has to do with these stats right here. 3rd in points allowed, and best in the league at field goal D and blocks, as we mentioned earlier.
Well, that's the big one. The big one's the field goal percentage against, and they're always right at the top or on the top.
So Bryant now has 28, 2 field goals here in this second half.
Now, one of the reasons they're so good is because they have the 2 big guys. They can funnel everything too, and they play, you know, a slow style of game more often than not. And when you have the 2 big guys, you can take more chances outside. Speaking of big guys.
Oh, strong move by Duncan. There are the 3 field goals in the 3rd quarter to match the 3 of 14 he had in the first half. 19 and 14 for Duncan. They switch by Bowen, stay out on Bryant, rimmed it out on Shaq offensive, his 4th. So Shaquille O'Neal has picked up 4 personal fouls and put Phil Jackson's team in a little bit of a bind. He'll go to the bench.
I see Malik Rose right there doing a nice job just tackling him. He's held on to him as much well as he could, and then Shaq, you know, Shaq's just trying to get him out of the way. You see 4th personal foul on Shaq, but he's trying to get to the line. I mean, Malik Rose did a great job just face guarding him. Malik Rose knew he wasn't going to get the offensive rebound or defensive rebound. Excuse me, but he was just trying to keep Shaq from getting it.
Changes the complexion of the game. 3 fouls in the first 7 minutes of this quarter on O'Neal. Malik Rose missed the first one. He'll have one more coming up. Rose at the free throw line, who caused that fourth on O'Neal, signed a 7-year, $42 million contract in August, and really coming off the bench when Robinson is healthy. He's the highest paid bench player in the league, pretty much.
Yeah. And I think, you know, I hate getting into, is the guy worth this or not worth that. He's a guy you'd love to have on your team.
Oh, yeah.
Because he bangs, he gives you the energy, he's going to sacrifice on the defensive end. I love having guys like that come off the bench. So don't worry about the minutes they get.
Nice Kobe feed to Samaki Walker. Rare points outside of the daily double of Bryant and O'Neal. Rose baseline.
Nice.
Well, the thing about Rose is he can give you some defense on Shaq. If you can guard Shaq, you can guard any 5 in the league, and he can give you defense on power forwards in the league. You know, in the Western Conference, you need that body to be able to do that. Bryant, step, shoot, score. 30 for Kobe. And the steal of Bryant by Bowen. 13. The San Antonio edge, largest of the night.
We talked about earlier, if San Antonio wins this game, there'll be 7 consecutive road games strung together. We're talking Indiana, Orlando, Portland. They can win at Los Angeles. I mean, this...
Shaq plus 1.
We're not talking patsies here. We're talking an impressive 7-game stretch, home or road, maybe that we've seen this season.
This one was up there, and the big fella said, nobody else.
Well, Duncan had to come over and try to defend that shot by Kobe, and once he tried to defend that shot, he was out of the way.
There's the difference in this quarter. Spurs will take time here as they lead by 11. Trying to keep the Lakers from getting some momentum. They had those 4 personals, and Mark Madsen has come in for the Lakers.
Which means someone should hit the floor in the next 45 seconds.
All right. At the 3-minute mark, we see that. Duncan got the friendly roll. So Tim Duncan, 3 of 14 in the first, on the way up off San Antonio.
Quarter than he had in the entire first half.
Yes.
It just seemed like some shots that weren't there he was trying to make happen, and Bruce Bowen was playing some exceptional defense on Kobe. He wasn't letting it come to him as much as he was in the first half.
Bryant shot 3 of 10 in that third quarter. After the terrific first half, he's now 14 of 29 for the game. O'Neal has 4 personal fouls. Kareem Rush rimmed out a deuce. Shaq's got to be careful not to pick up number 5, and San Antonio gets the ball. You watch those scores go by. SportsCenter will have all the highlights coming up as soon as we're done here tonight. Steve Kerr on the take. Jackson, 3 for number 3.
Great shot by Steven Jackson, but if you're Devin George, you got to come out with the hand up. Hand's got to be up in his face, not just run out and have the hand at his chest. That's too easy a look.
Nice rotation by the Lakers. The outside shot's not falling tonight. Ginobili in the middle of the pile. Here's the foul off. On Manu. He got the worst of it. Also got the foul. His 4th. There's the breakdown on Bryant. Tom mentioned a few more forces in quarter 3. Willis on a hold on the box. Nope, Steven Jackson.
We're getting some early foul trouble.
Yep. Just like that happened to the Lakers in the third. Here, 3 team fouls in the first, 74 seconds for San Antonio.
And that always hurts, too. I mean, you get in that early foul trouble, then you can be more aggressive as an offense, put the onus on the officials, get some, maybe get 8-10 free throws in a quarter, make 6 or 7. That's a bonus.
Bryant in the lane. Now 32 for Kobe.
So we'll see if the Laker defense can clamp down a little bit in the fourth quarter after giving up 30 to the Spurs in the third quarter. The pump fake.
By Malik Rose. Hands to Ginobili. Drew the D and got it back out to Rose. Bryant on the board. Lost it again. taken three. Woo! So Stephen Jackson, who had 28 points and 8 3-pointers in the last meeting of these teams, has hit all 4 of his 3-point attempts tonight, and the Spurs extend it back out to 13. O'Neal over Willis. Where's the blue line, Tom?
I have no idea.
Parker to Malik Rose. Off the mark. San Antonio looking to win 7 in a row. Lakers looking to win 8 in a row. If the Lakers come back, they will pass Houston in the Western Conference. Bryant couldn't convert that one. O'Neal is fouled as San Antonio's over the limit. They went over the limit last possession. It's a 16 fouls to none here in this fourth quarter. So the Lakers going to get a chance, and that's Tim Duncan with his 4 fouls, has to come back in the game.
We'll see how many free throws they have from the 8:50 point on down. So far, this is going to be 4 free throws, and we'll see how many they convert on. Because this is big when you can get to the free throw line. You know, if you get there 10, 12, 14 times, you're going to be, you know,
I'll take that foul from afar, please.
boy, you better have good dental. Because I would, there is no chance.
Do the league have a good dental plan, Tom?
That's a good question. I never really, anyway.
Who's that out off of? They come over here and say off Devin George. So the Lakers get to the foul line, but they've got Jack exercise, so to speak. 5 of 12 from the line tonight for LA. So you're going to get the chance. You've got to make them pay. Stephen Jackson blocked by O'Neal. Big fella on the break. To George.
Oh, textbook.
Did you see Kobe's looked at Shaq like, thank goodness somebody was there. Back to Duncan, see if he can respond. First touch off the bench. Parker at 3. Sits the crowd down. Big shot. Back to 10. Terrific night for Tony Parker once again. 16 points, 5 assists. Bowen fouls Bryant. Kobe will shoot free throws.
That's 3 straight times. You can see right there. Oh, the biggest point guard in the history. Watch this off his wrist. He's gonna throw it out. He had a little smile on his face too, like, ooh, that was nice. Just kind of like that one.
It's very close to a double dribble, a travel. Lots of things there almost happened.
Well, at least he didn't go between the legs like in the All-Star game. But this is 3 straight trips now. They've been to the free throw line, been able to convert 1.
And Bryant doesn't miss often, 83% free throw shooter. You saw Tracy McGrady in game 1 of our NBA Friday doubleheader. Kobe Bryant trails McGrady in points per game. McGrady at 37 tonight. But Kobe has played more games and scored more points than Tracy has here on the season. Now has scored 1,469 points in 50 games. Average just under 30. Duncan on Ori. Tough release. Duncan came across the lane for 2.
Great defense. That's great defense by Ori. You're going to force him to take that shot. You're going to live with that one.
23 and 16 for a guy who was 3 of 14 from the field. Great power dribble by Bryant to get to 35 points for the 8th consecutive game. So Kobe Bryant slides up another line in NBA history. But, it will be a hollow mark unless his Lakers can erase a 9-point deficit. Shaq defensively on Duncan. The double comes. It's Bowen. It's over the top and Laker ball.
When we talk about Tim, good defense by Ori here. Bodies him, makes him lean in. You're going to live with a shot like that. I mean, that's just what all-star players, MVP players do.
Bryant, 35 points again tonight. Did it on this hoop a moment ago. That is 8 consecutive games with at least 35 points, and the game is the most important thing, but within the game, another notch in the NBA record book. Bryant is now just the 4th player in the history of the league to have at least 8 straight 35-plus point games. Wilt and Michael did it multiple times. The longest streak for each player listed there, but it's still heady company.
Only 25 away from Wilt. 25 away. to lock in. Well, I mean,
He can't do it this season. Oh, no, yeah, he will. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
50 games.
well, let's just say it's not going to happen.
You don't think?
30, no, not 33 straight. But I tell you what, the Spurs have done a great job in the second half, making him work for every shot attempt, every point.
See, 3 Spurs
Yep.
at Bryant as he got to the goal. So that's now 35 shots for 35 points tonight. It's a shot per point.
And that's pretty average. I mean, nothing special about a shot per point. He's been much better than that throughout this stretch. And if you're Greg Popovich, you're saying if he wants to take 35 shots, get 35 points, I'm all for it.
Parker wanted 3 more. Rimmed it out. Fisher, good defense, was very close to picking up a foul also, so worked out. Devin George, 1 more pass. It's Fisher. It's 2. Toe on the tape. Inside of 6. The lead is 7. Need a couple of stops if you're Los Angeles along the way.
Well, I would suspect Tim Duncan may be touching the ball this trip down the court.
A switch on at that time. Bryant, the quick hands, and the turnover. Duncan sprints back. Ori runs left. Bryant to the lane. Good finish. Devin George trying to keep it alive. Spurs will have 3-on-2 coming the other way. Steven Jackson's going to see Parker run to the ball and say, slow it down. Rose the bump, gave Parker a step. Back to Malik Rose. Nice quality possession when things were getting a little frazzled.
Well, every time they get it down to 7-6 points, they bump it right back up to 9 or 10 points. They've done a great job of doing what Greg Popovich wanted them to, keep their composure.
Bryant is fouled. Lakers still have no fouls here in the 4th quarter. Steve Berthiaume and Neil Everett will have SportsCenter coming up tonight. Talk more about Kobe's performance. Tiger Talks after Woods play down the road at the Buick Invitational. Torrey Pines in La Jolla, 27 holes for Tiger today. And the plays of the week with an edge. Friday night SportsCenter staple. 36 now for Kobe.
And that puts them at 4-7 since they've gone into the bonus. A little over, right about 4 minutes they've been in the bonus.
The 8:53 mark. Spurs picked up team foul 5 of the quarter. Again, LA none, which will allow Los Angeles to be aggressive defensively. The other guys outside of the top 2 scorers, Duncan and Parker, have been terrific on this road trip. That's why San Antonio is going for 7 in a row on the road. Malik Rose. Duncan kept it alive, but Ori was there.
I think it's been a while since Shaq touched the ball, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. All Kobe. Had no chance on that one. George faked the 3, got close. Got fouled by Duncan, his 5th.
After we get the stops, get down there and get some buckets.
Jim Clemens, one of the assistants with Phil Jackson. 8 to shoot. Duncan with O'Neal watching. Parker comes to get it. Duncan went up and got the rebound with long arms.
They've been doing it all night, getting on the offensive rebound, getting on the offensive glass. That just hurts when you're trying to make a comeback. You got to hold them to 1 and out.
Duncan, who has a double-double with just his offensive rebounds tonight, 10 offensive boards, and now has 25 points. Kept the possession alive, guarded by Shaq, and hit the shot off the window to put San Antonio up 7. Inside of 3.5, O'Neal right at Malik Rose. So they put Malik Rose there defensively instead of Duncan.
Well, they're probably, I wouldn't imagine, I mean, Malik Rose done a real nice job on him, but you got to come after the first dribble. You can't let him get the momentum in the second dribble, as I was talking about earlier, because he's just too small. He can't affect the shot.
Duncan takes O'Neal away from his defensive comfort zone, then drives at it, draws the D, and Bowen rips Cord on a 3.
What a great pass by Duncan. 3 guys converging. Bowen gives him a nice passing angle, nice passing lane, and finds him for the triple.
Rose picks up the 10th foul of this quarter on the Spurs, but that stretch right there is why Tim Duncan is the reigning MVP. The offensive rebound over Shaq, the ability to take Shaq away from the basket, draw the defense, what point guards do.
Well, you watch right here. I mean, that's not an easy pass to make. finds him. And give Bowen some credit, too, for being in the proper position to give him that passing lane. The Spurs 8 for 15 from beyond the arc. It's always nice to go into someone's backyard and be able to shoot well from long distance.
See that 53% three-point shooting night, while the Lakers have struggled from behind the arc, and they haven't been great at the line either. The Lakers now 11 of 20 shooting free throws.
That just flat stinks.
Duncan on O'Neal again.
Here they come.
He gives Shaq help. Parker got space.
Get out. Oh, my.
Got the two. Oof. Wow, big hoop. 9-point Spur lead. Sports Center on the way. Kobe backing Bowen in. Got to the cup. Couldn't convert. Bowen the rebound. Fouled by Devin George. Lakers' first foul of the quarter. But Kobe's missed his last 4 shots. Has more attempts than points tonight. And it's slipping away from LA.
I'm not sure if he's running out of gas or not, but he's missed 3 layups in the second half. At least 3 layups. And right here, you're going to see him. I mean, this is point-blank range. And just to not be able to finish, that's something we haven't seen.
That's offensive on Tony Parker. As we come back, he hooked Derek Fisher, trying to get to the goal. Just one of those little mistakes. And Greg Popovich just reminding him. 2:02 to go. They still have time on the shot clock. Mega possession for LA. Now 9, inside of 2. Kobe taking. 39 for Bryant.
Maybe he should forget about layups. Just stick around the 17, 18-foot range. You gotta get some stops. You need 92 points. If the Spurs can get to 95, 96 points, then you probably don't have much of a chance. So you need about stop every, and that ain't gonna help right there.
Oh, they say jump ball.
Wow.
Duncan cannot believe it. Tim Duncan, who never shows emotion. That is angry for Tim Duncan. He just took the ball and walked away.
Well, that was surprising right there.
Shaq had the ball at first.
We got hand and slid off the ball right in the hand. Wow. Yeah, if I was Duncan, I'd be a little upset. He's such a good guy, though. When he gets upset, it looks like he's about to smile.
Jump ball,
Big
O'Neal
possession.
and Duncan. Controlled by LA. On our way to Sports Center, Lakers trying to make it 5 or 4. Bryant lost it off his foot. They dive for it. And Parker comes away with it for San Antonio.
Wow. It's like the old XFL coin flip. Just go and dive and get after it.
That should never be referred to in the middle of an athletic event. 12 to shoot. This would be a lights-out possession for the Spurs. Parker left free. Got it! And a foul on LA. Underneath, the basket's good, and San Antonio is knocking on the door of NBA history.
Well, someone's got to step up, and you see right here, these guys are just flat out getting after it. And Bowen's trying to get it, and watch this. Someone's got to step. Someone's got to be there. I mean, Shaq, you know Shaq's not going to step out, but someone's got to get over there. 17-foot jump shot for that guy's money.
Tony Parker, the second leading scorer, has given them such a significant compliment to Tim Duncan. Tonight, 20 points and 6 assists to go with Duncan's 25 and 19. 10 of those 19 coming on the offensive end.
And the poise that Parker plays with for a second-year guy, I think stands out even more so than the points he puts up.
10 with a $107 to go.
He is in the game. The mailman delivering the ill-advised cross-court pass by Tyronn Lue, and Malone takes the distance, easy bucket. Moments later, Wiz down 7. Hey, I want to be like Mike. The long-distance runaround keeps matters close early. Next possession, Jordan again. Short jumper this time. Wiz within a tray. And then the wheels fell off the wagon. End of the first. Malone finds an opening, as he has done for years, drives the lane and delivers the jam. Wiz down by 13 at the end of 1. Trust me, things didn't get any better in the second. Here's the lone highlight. Etan Thomas with a very nice rejection, actually a pair of blocks there, and That culminates the highlights for the Washington portion of our program. The Wizards just 26 for 72 in this game. That is 36%. Meanwhile, the Jazz lit it up. 39 for 79. They also out-rebounded Washington 47 to 33. Suddenly, at the end of the third, the Wizards were down by 35. Malone just doing whatever he wanted, along with John Stockton, and the Wizards fall 109 to 77.
The game started. I told our coaches, I said, our players don't have anywhere the bounce or the sense of purpose that we had before the Clipper game. I think a lot of it is mentally when our guys feel like they can win a game, they're a lot more excited when than maybe they think the opponent's going to be pretty tough.
Significant, great 40-plus point games, but when you look at San Antonio and what they were able to accomplish here, they'll be 4 behind Dallas in the Midwest. And if they can't catch Dallas, they're still the 3 seed. But to beat the Lakers 3 times, twice without Shaq, but once with Shaq, and beating as healthy an LA team as we've seen both physically and mentally, this is one that gives you confidence if you see LA down the road in the playoffs.
Oh, this is the one. I mean, forget about the other 2 when Shaq's not playing. You don't even count those. But to beat them after they've won 7 games in a row, the role that Kobe's been on, the role that the team's been on, they've been playing some good basketball. This win right here tells you what the San Antonio Spurs are all about. Tough-minded, tenacious, will battle you on the boards, will play solid defense. Not a flamboyant team, not a spectacular team, just a damn good team.
You're right. And the mental aspect important against LA because the Lakers have won 8 of the last 9 playoff games, eliminating the Spurs each of the last 2 years. 7-point game, 38.9 to go. Got a foul. Parker is 75% shooter. Ginobili 68%. They get Manu with 30.1 to go, and the Lakers can stop the clock twice. Made to Kobe. Taken 2. The Spurs take time with 24.7 to go. 45 minutes, 41 field goal attempts, 44 points for Kobe Bryant.
I don't want to harp on this too much because it may not make a difference, but for the Lakers, wouldn't you like to have 33.7 seconds left right now? I think so.
30, Mr. Walton will join us. Devin George misses, and that wraps it up. The San Antonio Spurs have won 7 in a row, all of them coming on the road. The first time in the history of the NBA that a team has done that in one season. 103-95 the final. Duncan 28-20. Parker had 24. Kobe had 44 points, continuing his great stretch. With Tom Tolbert, Sal Masakela, our entire ESPN crew, Mike Tirico, thanks for watching this presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Happy Valentine's Day and good night from LA. And off we go to SportsCenter.